OWN executives have just rejected one of Martell Holt's boldest and riskiest plans, and the fallout from this decision says a lot about where the show is right now. Martell thought he was about to pull off something big. He believed he had come up with the perfect idea to bring new energy into the show and shake things up. But instead of applause, he was met with rejection. And the reason for that rejection is clear: his idea involved Arionne Curry. Martell actually tried to push Arionne, the woman who played a huge role in the breakdown of his marriage to Melody Sherry, into the spotlight as a central figure on the show. He wanted Arionne to be a new star, but that plan did not just fail, it completely backfired. OWN executives stepped in and said no, not happening, not ever. And when you look at the bigger picture, that decision might be one of the only things keeping the show from collapsing. On the surface, Martell might have thought he was being clever. Arionne has always been tied to his storyline. For years, her name has been dragged through arguments, interviews, and social media debates. Maybe he thought bringing her into the actual show would create shock value and fuel the kind of drama that reality TV thrives on. But there is a problem. Love and Marriage, Huntsville is already drowning in too much chaos. The balance that once made the show successful has been lost. Fans don't want more toxicity, and they made it very clear that putting Arionne front and center would have been the final straw. Longtime viewers remember what made the show different in the beginning. Yes, there was drama, but there was also growth, business, family, and real struggles that people could connect to. Maurice and Kimmy Scott showed their efforts to balance marriage, family, and careers. Melody and Martell came in as a power couple, even as cracks in their relationship slowly started to show. Marceau and Letitia Scott built their empire while navigating marriage challenges. It wasn't perfect, but it felt real. The show gave people both drama and inspiration. But somewhere along the line, the energy shifted. The storylines became repetitive. Instead of building, there was constant tearing down. Instead of growth, it was just endless arguments about the same things, and Martell has been at the center of that repetition. His mistakes from the past kept being rehashed over and over. His connection to Arionne kept being thrown around like a crutch. And after a while, fans became tired of it. So when Martell tried to use Arionne once again to keep himself relevant, the backlash was immediate. One fan said it best on social media: if Arionne is Martell's main storyline, then why is Martell even here? That comment struck a nerve because it gets to the truth. Without Arionne, Martell has not shown much else on the show. He has not displayed steady co-parenting. His businesses have not proven to be thriving. He has not shown authentic personal growth. What he has shown, time and time again, is chaos and control. And fans are exhausted. OWN executives recognized this, which is why they stepped in and rejected the plan. They knew that putting Arionne into the main cast would be a disaster. They understood that fans would not accept it. And they realized that continuing down that road could even destroy the show entirely. By shutting down Martell's plan, they may have saved Love and Marriage, Huntsville from total collapse, but this decision also highlights something bigger. It shows how far Martell has fallen when it comes to his role in the show. In the early seasons, he had presence, charisma, and the image of being part of a power couple. Even when his flaws started to show, there was still hope that he could turn things around. But every choice he made chipped away at that image. The affair with Arionne destroyed his marriage. His lack of accountability made fans lose respect. And instead of rebuilding, he doubled down on the same toxic cycle, always circling back to Arionne. That cycle has now backfired, and OWN made it clear that they will not allow her to become the lifeline of his storyline. And now, let's look at the bigger state of the show. Fans have noticed that the energy has shifted from messy but entertaining to just plain exhausting. Instead of authentic stories, there are forced ones. Instead of real healing, there is pettiness. Instead of inspiration, there is confusion. And it's not just Martell. Production has been giving more airtime to new faces like Ken and Trish, while established couples like the Fletchers, Maurice and Kimmy, and even the Whitlows are barely seen. Yes, new drama might get people talking, but it feels forced, almost like production is scrambling to inject energy into a show that is losing its way. And fans are not buying it. Social media has become proof of how fans feel. They are vocal on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, saying they are tired of being misled by recycled storylines. They are tired of watching Martell act like a victim while holding on to Arionne. And they are tired of drama being repackaged as if it's something new. Some have even said that if Arionne were ever made a full-time cast member, they would stop watching completely. That's how serious this is. OWN knew the backlash would be too strong. They could not risk losing the very audience that has kept the show alive, but the problems go deeper than just Arionne. Behind the scenes, executives are concerned about the entire direction of the show. When Love and Marriage, Huntsville was first marketed, it was supposed to be inspirational. It was about Black excellence, about couples working together, about building businesses and building families. But now, the main themes seem to be betrayal, bitterness, and toxicity. If that continues, there is even talk that the network might pull the plug on the show entirely. Imagine that, no reunion, no final closure, just an abrupt end to a series fans have invested years into. That is the risk the show faces right now. This is why the rejection of Martell's plan matters so much. It's not just about saying no to Arionne. It's about protecting the show from becoming a parody of itself. It's about reminding the audience that their voices matter. And it's about giving a chance for the show to find its balance again. At the same time, another storyline has been brewing behind the scenes, Melody Sherry possibly getting her own solo show. Melody has already shown that she has the support of fans. She has taken the pain of her broken marriage and turned it into power. She is raising her children, building her businesses, creating music, and inspiring others. Fans respect her because she shows growth and resilience. A solo show centered on her motherhood, entrepreneurship, and healing would give OWN the fresh energy they need while letting Melody shine without Martell dragging her into constant drama. If this solo show happens, it will create a huge contrast. Melody would be moving forward, proving that growth is possible. Martell, on the other hand, would be left behind, clinging to a rejected plan and stuck in the same toxic cycle. The comparison would be undeniable. One represents progress, the other represents stagnation. And fans are already making it clear which one they would rather watch. Meanwhile, the other cast members are also showing what fans want. Maurice and Kimmy Scott, for example, have faced very real challenges. Kimmy's health battle touched viewers because it was raw and real. Their marriage struggles and family dynamics have felt authentic, not forced. Even when fans don't agree with Maurice, they can see that their story is grounded in reality. That authenticity is what viewers miss. It's what makes them feel connected to the show. When you compare that to Martell's repetitive chaos, the difference is clear. Chaos without growth is not entertaining, it's exhausting. And OWN executives know it. That's why they rejected his plan to bring Arionne in. They know the audience is craving authenticity, not more recycled drama. The truth is, Martell is now fighting for relevance. Without Arionne, without Melody, without authentic growth, he doesn't have much to bring. Everyone else has something. Melody has her businesses and her healing. Maurice and Kimmy have authenticity. Marceau and Letitia have their family and empire. Stormy has her growing business. Even Destiny has her rebuilding journey. Martell only has Arionne, and OWN just told him that is not enough. So the question becomes, where does Martell go from here? Can he rebuild in a way that feels real? Can he show accountability and growth that fans will actually believe? Or will he continue clinging to the same tired patterns until the audience completely tunes out? Right now, it looks like he is stuck. The rejection of his plan shows that even the network sees the problem. At the end of the day, this is about more than Martell and Arionne. It's about the survival of the entire show. Fans want resolution. They want growth. They want accountability. They want authenticity. And most of all, they want their time respected. If Love and Marriage, Huntsville continues to rely on recycled drama, fatigue will win and the show could end without closure. But if it returns to real stories of growth, it could find new life. Martell's plan to make Arionne the new star has failed. OWN executives said no. The fans said no. The cast is tired. And the rejection is a message that the show cannot survive if it keeps repeating the same cycle. Unless Martell finds a new way forward, he risks being left behind while everyone else moves on. Melody may get her solo show. Other couples may continue to show authenticity. And the show itself may still have a chance if it can let go of the chaos and return to what made it special in the first place.